This is called Firefly. And the reason that we do these lives is to help answer questions about tricks or anything, magic advice you're looking for, anything like that. And so this is something new that just came out today that I'm happy to answer your questions about. Now, of course, I'm not going to reveal the secrets. I'm not going to tell you how this works because that's just shitty, and we don't do that. But what I can do is I can help you figure out this is something that you may be able to use for the magic that you already do, because this is not meant to be a trick. This is meant to accent the tricks that you already do, maybe add a moment to your magic, a lot like a smoke device would. But this one allows you to add some light to the magic that you do. And it's not just this that you see. It's not just making light appear between your hands and kind of tossing it back and forth. You're also able to make other things light up, like a light bulb. And we're going to show a Charlie Fry clip in just a moment. You can light up a water bottle or any type of bottle. You could also, and it's examinable. The light bulb is examinable there at the end. So you show your hands empty and you get this beautiful light. You can have it flicker, or you can have it just kind of fade in and fade out. There's multiple controls for this. I'll tell you about in a minute. You could even do some really cool origami stuff. Cover the bill, make the light like you're breathing life into the bill. And then at the end, of course, the origami has happened. You can also use cell phones. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense now with the flashlight feature on a phone. So you can actually cause the light to transfer from your phone to someone else's phone, and then you can have it go back, which is really nice as well. So there you go. That's cool. How big is it? It's a very, very small device, a very, very small device. And they use something that they call, I forget the exact name. It's some type of touch for the button that makes zero noise when you're activating the thing. Also, there are ways to have the light be different colors if you want. That's something that's very easy to do. I wanted to mention that. Rechargeable, it is indeed rechargeable. The good thing is the unit itself, when you're not using the light, it stays on. Excuse me, it stays on, but it doesn't take away the battery when it's on. And yeah, you can also combine it with smoke. Give it a really nice look there if you want. So even if the unit's on, as long as the light's not on, it's not draining any of the battery. And you can use this hundreds and hundreds of performances with each charge. I think a charge, they said, is like 15 minutes to get it fully charged as well. It's a very quick thing. As well as silent touch technology. I think that's what they were calling it. Or there was like an official name, I think, that they were calling this. But yeah, that's Firefly from Titanas. We do have it here at All Things Magic. I'll look a couple more questions here in a moment. I wanted to see what they were calling. Ghost touch technology is what they were calling it. Ghost touch was the technology that they're using for the buttons on that. Ray says he ordered his earlier today. Well, thanks for the support out there. We appreciate that. Ordered this morning. I received my shipping info already. All right, awesome. And thank you, Jim, as well for the support out there. Okay, here we go. Hungry and hungover. This looks so damn good. The only question I have, and I've seen it on the cafe, is how easy is it to get into play? That's all that matters to me. Let me pull that back up. I would use this later in my set, not as an opener. Well, let me just keep that comment up on the screen for a minute so I can talk about this. This is like a little mini review as well. And then I'll also bring up, there was another question, this one too, I'll bring up on the screen as well. I'll bring this one up here too. And that's the price. Matthew was asking about the price. You can see the price right here. It's $59.95 for Firefly. So here we go. Let's start with Hungry and Hungover. The only question I have, it is easy to get into play. That's the nice thing. This is not something that you just have to start out ready with and then do whatever you want to do and then get rid of it. This is something that, again, because of the size too, is very easy to get this into play in your set. It's not going to take up a whole lot of pocket space either, which is really, really cool. But this is not something that you have to be preset, do it, and then move on. You could do this whenever the heck you want, which is really cool. Is it a gimmick that makes it work? It is, combined with just a little bit of sleight of hand, because obviously this is something you're getting in and out. But that part is the easiest part. The hardest part is turning it on and off, which is very easy. Do you have to ditch? Is a jacket needed? No, a jacket is not needed, which is very, very good, right? So a lot of people want to know, sleeves, jackets. No, there are actually videos of people doing this as well in short sleeves, because there are no sleeves or jackets required to perform Firefly. So no, you do not need a jacket to perform this. Are there any hand color considerations? Nope, there are no hand color considerations. It doesn't matter if you have big hands or small hands, actually. The size of your hands is also important. That does not matter with this. You can have big hands, small hands. You can still do this no matter what size your hands are. So that's also important to note. I remember Magma. That is a lot different than this, the size alone. This is something that has a lot less restrictions than Magma did, for sure. How long does it last? I think they said like 300 plus performances of it on a charge. Again, when the unit's on and you're not using it, it's not taking away the charge. So you could use this all night long. Charge it, 15 minutes. Very, very easy to charge it. So there you go. Is it a TT? It is not a TT. No, sir, it is not a TT. Is it easy to change the color on the fly? Yeah, actually it is. I'm gonna put it to you like this, Mr. Kindum. If you're familiar with the way that they light some of the lighting things for concerts or events where they have the light and they have like these, not a gel, but it's like a thing they put over it. I forget what they call them. It's that same idea, but you would just put it on this. So yeah, it's very easy to actually change the color on the fly as well. Again, I don't think it's called a gel, but it's the thing they put over the lights to change the colors of lights, so like concerts and events and things like that. So I want to mention that to you. A scrim, I think that's the right word, but obviously a much smaller version of that than you would put over a normal light, right? What if you have no hands? Well, then you might not want to do this. And yeah, Marvin Roy would have really liked that. Yeah, Mr. Electric would have been having fun with this one for sure. So those are some of the main questions I'm seeing popping up already about Firefly. If you have any more, feel free to let me know. That's why I wanted to kind of start out talking about this. How's the quality? Do you think this will last, or something to be purchased once it breaks? I can see this lasting for a very long time. The casing on this is very durable. Everything's inside that. Obviously, there's nothing that you have to take apart to get the charging done or anything like that. So really, there should be nothing that you're gonna have to worry about this breaking down. So there you go, like a gel filter. Yeah, I think that's what I was looking for, right? On the Vanish, similar to the Tobias Cell Vanish, not really, no, because I know the new Cell Vanish is a different hookup. You can use that if you want. There are multiple ways to get the thing in and out of play as well, which I wanted to mention. Speaking of Firefly some more, I'm going to probably turn down the volume on the music, because I don't want to get flagged because they dropped in some popular music. But this is Charlie Fry using, this was one of the first videos I saw of Firefly. This is him performing it with the light bulb that lights up by itself. Let's see here if we can kind of get into this. So you're going to see just the beautiful clean handling that you can do with Firefly here. And no, it's not, I mean, there is, I'll get to that in just a moment, Ken, because there's a lot of ways you can do this, actually. So I want to make sure this is the part that I don't get flagged for, because it's like Blinded by the Light is the song, a very popular song, and I don't want to get flagged. But you can see Charlie making the light turn on and off, the light bulb turn on and off. His hands are empty the whole time. And then he follows it up here where he takes the bulb and puts it underneath here, and you get that nice, beautiful. And watch how it goes in, fades in, you get the light, and then you have it there for about 7-8 seconds, and then it starts to fade out. And this is all automatic. It's all part of the system, and I'll mention that in a moment too. And then, of course, he shows the thing empty as well at the end. So there you go. That is a regular light bulb, John Hayes. That is a regular light bulb. Charlie Fry was using the Firefly gimmick with a light bulb to perform that. And this is the part I love with Charlie. It goes with the music, which, again, I really don't want to play here just because I don't want to get flagged. But if you watched his video, it all makes sense. So there you go. That's Firefly. Let me actually come back to a few more questions here about this. I don't want to leave anybody out. Similar to Fickle Nickel, yes and no, Ken, because there's some handlings that, and it's not exactly that. I want to say that too. The handling is not the exact same thing that Fickle Nickel is. Maybe a similar principle, but not the same exact thing. And there are other ways to also use it without having it like that at all. So there's multiple ways to use the gimmick. I want to make sure everyone knows that 100%. And it needs to be pressed right, like it won't activate my pocket by accident. Yeah, it needs to be pressed. I will say, I'm glad that you mentioned that. There are 3 different settings, and I made notes when I watched the instructional. There is a manual mode with this where you push the button and the light comes on, you let go and it turns off. That's the manual mode. There's a middle mode where you push the button and you switch this. It's like a little switch up and down. You can go, it's just one mode, go down and then down again. You get all these modes. The middle mode, you press the light, or you press the button, the light fades in and it just stays on. And then when you press the button again, after like 2 seconds, it starts to fade out. So that one, press the button about 2-3 seconds, the light comes on, stays on for about 7-8 seconds, and then it fades back out after you push the button. Then there's a third mode where you push the button and it cycles through. Push the button, about 2 seconds later, the light starts to fade in, it stays on about 7 or 8 seconds, and then by itself, it starts to fade out. So there are 3 different modes: manual mode, semi-manual, totally push and go. So those are also some of the modes that this works with. So there we go. Charlie Fry is a genius. Yes, he is. He's freaking awesome. Big fan of Charlie Fry around here. I want to combine, yeah, you could definitely combine your delights with Firefly. That would work very well, for sure. Looking to see if there's any other. Okay, so I think we are caught up. Thanks. You're very welcome. And again, guys, I know new stuff. Everyone wants to know the deets as soon as possible. So I'm happy to give all those here. Again, without revealing exactly what's going on. But we all know this is a utility device that lets you produce light, make it disappear. And again, a lot of the tricks that they use this for are light up the light bulb, use it to find a card when someone's dealing down, and then the light starts to appear. You could use a phone, almost like Kyle Purnell's trick, drop call. You could do something like that with this, where you see the light from the phone, and then it goes away, and then the phone disappears in the case. You could do that. You could light up the different drink bottles, a card box. You could use this with a coin bin. You do the origami you saw earlier. Combine it with a smoke device. Doesn't use just one color. You can actually change the color of the light using some filters that are very easy to do, very cheap to do as well. But you can change the color of the light if you want to. So that is something you can do. Do they show combinations with smoke? They do. You can, very smart to combine that with smoke. Really nice kind of ambient thing going on there. That is, those are, I should say, some details for Firefly. And again, if you have any other ones along the way, don't forget to ask, okay?